filled by number 19, Qatar Portlaoise, with Michael Collins. What a great name for a courtman to have. And straight away it's Rory O'Connell looking for his rightful forward, Fergal Wilson, but conceding a sideline kick to Meath. Rory O'Connell standing under the high one again, with help from Paul Conway and John Kane, the left half-back. Well won by Paul Shanky, trying to establish himself in the Meath team. Good ball towards Graham Geraghty, good catch. Geraghty versus Mitchell. Paul Conway is going in to help David Mitchell. Geraghty, great run. Across the face of the goal and wide. Did almost everything right here, Graham Geraghty. All that failed him was the finish, but Paul Conway did go in to help David Mitchell. That was timely and effective. The first kick out of the game for Aidan Lennon, the Westmeath keeper. He made two fantastic saves against Carlow. Donald Curtis against Dermot Brady. And a free in to Meath, and the first scoring chance of the game for Trevor Giles, the Meath captain. Trevor Giles with the towering kick all the way over the bar, and for all the talk that he'd be one of the truly great centre half-backs, and no doubt he would, Meath still need Trevor Giles to lead their attack. Good, bright, highly competitive start to the game on a good, bright day with the sun shining now over O'Moore Park, which looks magnificent since it got its £2 million facelift. Paul Conway driving out of defence for Westmeath. Fended off a challenge from Trevor Giles. JP Casey, good ball infield. It can fall here for Shane Calleary, but the whistle has gone. The whistle's gone. It's a free into Westmeath, but I'm sure they'd have preferred if Shane Calleary had got a run at that one. JP Casey with the free point for Westmeath. Well, Des Dolan and Ger Heaven are two Westmeath players who can kick frees with ease, but so too can JP Casey. Dermot Brady knocking it down. Westmeath robbed in possession, but they work hard. Brian Morley come away with it, and then he loses it because Meath are working hard too. Rory O'Connell had to be strong. The idea was good there, and it worked out. JP Casey got a nudge in. It was a fair one. Des Dolan is calling for the pass as Casey comes in, takes his point. He's the only Westmeath man who's scored so far, but they won't mind because he's got 3 sweetly struck points, 2 from frees, and now a good one from play. JP Casey, a name to listen out for and to watch out for this year in Championship football. Evan Kelly, well taken. Goes a little bit ambitiously for a point there, but he was looking up, and he's got the point. He was right to look up, he was right to go for it. What a super score it was by Evan Kelly from Drumree. Now John Cullinan just let it through his hands, but Paddy Reynolds was covering, waiting for the breaks as always. That's what he specialises in, picking up the breaks around the middle. Trevor Giles, a good ball through to Graham Geraghty, who'd made a great run. And so too, a good run forward by hand trainer. Now across to Ollie Murphy. It's just gone wide. That was so clever by Ollie Murphy. It nearly worked. Great movement in the Meath team. Great off the ball running. And Ollie Murphy put it just wide. Nigel Nestor trying to get into the game against Brian Morley. Good little ball to Evan Kelly. And to Hank Trainer coming forward again to Trevor for Meath. Off his left side, Trevor Giles. Beautiful play. Well, here's one good reason for me to put Trevor Giles back up in the forwards. He's just so skillful, so stylish, and so clinical in his finishing, off, right or left. Driven forward by John Kane to J.P. Casey. Now the man making a run is David O'Shaughnessy from midfield. Very good ball to Des Dolan to try to turn Darren Fay. Des Dolan can shoot right or left, but there's good pressure coming in here, and Des Dolan's in under a lot of pressure here. Now he does get his pass in again, but it was interesting that he couldn't get his shot in. J.P. Casey did, all the way over the bar. Great score, great score. Well, the marking on Des Dolan was very good here. They pushed him all the way out the field, but he did look up and spot that J.P. Casey was in a better position to try for a score. Try he did, score he did. David O'Shaughnessy knocking it down. Rory O'Connell there to help. Meath, despite some good work by Nigel Crawford on and off, just not quite breaking even with O'Connell and Shaughnessy in the middle of the field at the moment. O'Shaughnessy for Flanagan. He's gone to right half forward. Good ball too to Des Dolan. Heaven is looping around looking for a pass. Gets it. Heaven a good bit out. Tries a great ball in. Oh, the idea was good. The execution not quite as good. Jerry Heaven got a great ball in, and the Westmeath man coming across the face of the goal. Michael Ennis just missed it. 7 minutes plus to half-time. The sides level pegging, 5 points apiece, and they've had to work hard for all those goals. Good movement again in the Westmeath full forward line. To J.P. Casey, who is really putting it up to Mark Riley today. One, two, three, four, 5 points. J.P. Casey has scored. 2 frees, 3 from play. He's the man of the moment for Westmeath in O'Moore Park in Portlaoise. Well, perhaps it was the confidence that he'd have gained from his RTE Sunday Game Man of the Match award against Carlow, whatever it is, or his good league run. He's really flying again today, J.P. Casey. Now Paddy Reynolds to give it to, or to play it forward. He's positive, constructive, playing it forward. But Meath, well, they lost it and then regained it. Good ball by John Cullinan. To Donald Curtis's corner. Good ball in. Evan Kelly. Oh, great score by Evan Kelly. Flashed it over the bar. For half a second there must have been just a little bit of fear in Westmeath minds that one might have ended in the roof of the net. Well, it was a very, very good drive and good approach play down that left-hand side. Very good ball by Darren Fay to Graham Geraghty. Now he's getting into the game, Graham Geraghty. Fended off 2 good challenges. Very good run by Graham Geraghty. Anything could happen here. Point! Well, when I said anything could happen, I was just wondering, would he ever go for a goal? Because he's a player of such creativity and sparky kind of inspiration that he might just have gone for it. He can improvise, Geraghty. Here he was content to take the point. Now he'll feel good. Looking for Des Dolan at full forward. Mark O'Reilly's on him now. Meath have put Darren Fay on J.P. Casey, the scoring ace. Paul Sankey wins it, and wins it well. Evan Kelly, good catch, under a bit of pressure. A minute and a half into time added on in the first half. The Hawk didn't beat Fergal Murray, but Ollie Murphy did. Geraghty to his right, Crawford to his left. Back goes Morley, good play, excellent play. Back goes Conway for Westmeath. They're working hard to support each other, to give and take the ball. Rory O'Connell. Fergal Murray needs a bit of help. Now it's given away. Ollie Murphy to Evan Kelly. Goal! What a time to get a goal. What a time to concede a goal. 2 minutes into time added on. Ollie Murphy was unselfish. Evan Kelly was opportunist. Murphy and Kelly, but it was a giveaway. It was a giveaway. Westmeath did have the ball. Graham Geraghty against David Mitchell. Geraghty showing good pace there. Drags the ball over the bar. Magnificent score. This is the fast, athletic, confident Geraghty at his brilliant best. Beautiful point. Great catch by Paddy Reynolds. You don't have to be 6'3" or 4" to make a good catch. Donald Curtis against Dermot Brady. Oh, Fergal Murray did well. That's composure. He just lost it for a second, composure, Fergal Murray, in the first half. Late on when a goal came, but that was a lot better. Now Des Dolan having to come out the field against Darren Fay. Meath not buying the dummies. Did well, Des Dolan, to find a man there. The man he found was David O'Shaughnessy. David O'Shaughnessy, the point. Well played, David O'Shaughnessy, and well played too, Des Dolan. Well, the tall, powerfully built David O'Shaughnessy from the Gary Castle Club was beautifully positioned there to take the pass and the point. Paul Conway for Westmeath, looking for Martin Flanagan against Darren Fay. Good turn by Flanagan. Good ball in to Ger Heaven in front of the goal. But it's gone wide. That's one that Westmeath needed. That is a miss, but he's not just as sharp as some of those around him, because he's missed an awful lot of football, and he missed the championship opener, and you could tell there when he turned and tried for that score. 3 points in it. A kick or a flick of a ball as David O'Shaughnessy gets that ball through for Westmeath. He's playing well, David O'Shaughnessy.
Come on, Heaven, for fuck's sake!
Paddy Reynolds has to walk hard down the line. He doesn't mind. Good ball into Darren Fay, who did well to support Paddy Reynolds. Now, good run as long as something comes from it. A nice pass by Darren Fay to Trevor Giles. Eats up a bit of ground. Wonderful crossfield ball. That's vision, that's skill to Paul Shanky. Can he crown it with the score? Oh, yes, he can. Paul Shanky, the score. Delightful score it was too. First cousin of Joe Bergen, the Galway left half forward. Now in front of the goal. Oh! But the whistle had gone. The whistle had gone. The whistle had gone. Now there's the breaking ball, there's the goal, but the referee did have his hand up. He's happy to take it, but he will know in his heart that it might well have been 3 points there rather than 1. Dermot Brady to Paul Conway, to Ger Heaven. Good ball through to J.P. Casey. Mark Riley's back on him again. Darren Fay was on him for a while at the end of the first half. Now, who can he give it to? Good ball to Fergal Wilson. Infield against Paddy Reynolds. This would be a good score. It's a good score by Fergal Wilson. But again, you sense that Westmeath have to work so hard for the odd points they score, while Meath just go up the field, win the freeze, and Trevor Giles puts them over. This was hard work in the sun for Westmeath, but Fergal Wilson did ever so well, and the point was badly needed. Brian Morley for Westmeath. He had to call for somebody to come to him. That's how difficult it is. Nicely played through to John Kane, an attacking type of wing-back. Great run by John Kane. Goes for the point. Great score! Great score! John Kane, at a time when the forwards can't get free of their men to pick off their points, John Kane goes up to show them how to do it. Had to fend off two challenges there. The second one by Cormac Murphy, who resisted the temptation to foul as John Kane took his point. And so it ends. Meath, the winners, by 4 points at the final whistle. As it was, 4 points at half-time. Meath move on. And their captain, Trevor Giles, led once again, as always, by splendid personal example, to forge a victory in O'Moore Park in Portlaoise over Westmeath, who've never beaten Meath in championship football. A final score then of Meath 1 goal and 12 points, Westmeath 11 points.
Now in the first half, some problems for your backs there. JP Casey in particular was proving a handful.
Yeah, it's his first year this year. He looks a very, very talented player, and he was causing a lot of problems. But I think the full-back line, they got to grips with the forwards, Mark and Darren and Cormac, really tightened up, which helped us a lot. And I suppose in the second half, Hank Traynor and Paddy Reynolds in particular came forward and picked up a lot of breaks, and I suppose those two laid the foundation for our victory.
Well, I felt that in the first half we missed 3 or 4 easy point chances, and Meath were better at taking theirs. But I was quite pleased coming up to half time that we were still only 1 point in it. We were playing the ball out of defence. From my view of it, Fergal Murray was blatantly pulled back, and I was very annoyed that this wasn't spotted, because I couldn't understand why it wasn't spotted. Meath walked the ball into the net, and instead of being 1 point down, we were 4. I was very annoyed at half time, but we had to assure the players that they could go out and compete as well as they did, take their points. But instead, in the second half, Meath seemed to grow in strength, especially around the midfield diamond, which was excellent. And from there, they pulled away. Now, whether the difference of the goal, whether it would have made any difference, I don't know, because Meath were quite awesome in key areas today. And they seemed to be determined to go one step further for that loss to Galway last year. They were excellent, very, very tough in the tackle, tough and fair, let me add. And I feel they will be hard to beat in Leinster now after that performance today.
Yeah, once again, Westmeath gave it their best shot, but once again, at the end of the day, Westmeath must settle for a place in the qualifying draw. And by the way, that's coming up later on here on the programme. Pat Spillane, certainly, I think Luke Dempsey acknowledged it there. The gap seems to have grown again from last summer between Meath and Westmeath.
Yes, very true. Do you know, John B. Keane died during the week, a lovely man, great gentleman. In the 50s, when the Civil War politics was at its height, you know, they decided one time to get away from the rancour of Civil War politics by putting up a fictitious character called Tom Doodle for elections. You know, part of his manifesto was that they were going to open a factory to shave hairs off gooseberries. But Doodle's slogan was very good. It says, "Use your noodle, vote for Doodle." Meath used their noodle. Westmeath didn't use their noodle. That's very simple.
Does he need a cup of tea or something?
Meath were, I mean, they used all their, like I said, their noodle. They used all their experience. They never panicked. They played in second gear. Their defence, a couple of judicial moments in the first half tightened up. They won at midfield. Their forwards always seemed to be able to open up the Westmeath defence. You know, played in second gear. Westmeath were very, very disappointing. They had no noodle at all, to be perfectly honest. They didn't seem to have a plan in attack. They were aimless. They were going nowhere. They've now kicked 27 wides in 2 matches, surely a record. You know, I often wonder what the hell some teams are doing in training. But no, this was a pale shadow of the Westmeath team that won a lot of hearts and admirers last year.
I reckon, by the way, Pat Spillane is just after winning a bet that he'd actually mentioned this with a doodle at the Sunday game tonight, apropos of absolutely nothing. But anyway, on to more cogent matters. You picked out a clip or two. No, he's sober, all right. That's even more worrying. You picked out a clip or two of some of Meath's play, and I think that emphasises some of the points you've been making.
Well, I've used my noodle to pick out some of the good points. Look, superb defence, great shadowing, plenty of players back behind the ball, not rushing in at all, and eventually it leads to JP Casey overplaying. Look, Meath's game plan when they get the ball is simple, direct, but very effective football. And look, here's Darren Fay, long clearance out of defence, free kick. Graham Geraghty shows well, rounds David Mitchell easily, some woeful inept defending here. Geraghty goes straight through, scores a point, could have been a goal. Look, that's That's simple football. That's what it's all about. It's not about intricate patterns of movement. And again, this is their goal. Fergal Murray is dispossessed. Look at the vision distribution by Giles onto Murphy. Now Murphy, unselfish. That's one of the great things about Meath football. Unselfish pass, lays it off for Evan Kelly. Evan Kelly a goal. And
did Luke Dempsey have a point there?
I think it's much of a muchness. No, I've looked at it a couple of times in video. No, I don't think so. No, I think it was pressure play by Meath. Look, it was a short passing. Someday, I love to see a fella in defence. He gets the ball and he kicks the ball out 50, 60 yards, which is what defenders should be doing. That was a short passing move by Westmeath out of their own defence. It's kamikaze football. Meath, against Meath, a joke. Meath dispossessed them, goal.
OK, Westmeath losing to Meath today doesn't obviously make them a bad team, but nonetheless, we've also picked out, or you've picked out some clips to contrast the difference, I suppose, between Meath and Westmeath.
Well, I picked one clip from 1 minute of play in the second half.
Yes.
Now, there was a goal between the side that this is, and this was probably Westmeath's best movement in that second half. Nice ball into Jordan, 25 yards out, in front of the goal, kicked it harmlessly wide. They kicked, like I said, a lot of whites there, 11. Now watch this. This is again, they had no plan in attack at all. David O'Shaughnessy winning the ball, but he just boots the ball into no man's land, into the corner. Now watch the passage of play, and this is the difference between Meath and Westmeath. And a simple football. Look, Cormac Murphy, Darren Fay, Paddy Reynolds, it comes back to Fay. Now what you want to really watch is watch when the ball comes to Trevor Giles. Giles is a superb player. Watch his vision and distribution. It goes to Giles, left-footed kick, he changes the direction of the play. Look, a tremendous 50-yard pass, cross-field, into the hands of Paul Shanky, up in attack, over the bar. Look, it's simple play, Meath play, a very simple game plan. Now today, the scoreline at the end was 4 points between them. That was a very, very misleading scoreline, because in the second half, Meath were only tying with the opposition. If they have faults, should have scored about 3 or 4 more goals, but like I said, played in second gear, easily outclassed with a very poor and disjointed Westmeath team.
Yeah, and once again, as was said, will be a force to be reckoned with in the Leinster Championship at the very least. OK, at this point, we're going to take a commercial